Hi, welcome to the session of Ragilly operations. In these sessions, we will particularly look into how the area manager is involved in the whole process and how to handle the duties which comes to Ragilly apps. So the whole thing is about how to analyze the duties, how to get the confirmations, and when to act. Right. So moving to the session, the first step is the receiving of the duties. So generally you will receive the duties in your email or in the WhatsApp group or over the call. So these are the three mediums that Ragilly follows, as it is a remote work, you all know about it. So in these three mediums you will get the confirmation of the duties, right? After you receive the confirmation call or the WhatsApp, you need to take the actions. So first action is you have to analyze the pin codes which has been given, whether we really have the available mechanic on those particular pin codes, right? Also we need to check the, do you have the expertise of the mechanic. For example, if the duty came like car is not accelerating, as we can see in the screenshot, this is how the duties will gonna come. But so the description of the vehicle issue is given, the car is not accelerating. So in this case, so there could be a many problem. Why? Because this is just a symptom that car is not accelerating. So that you need to analyze at before you give a call or go for the next step, right? That whether this particular mechanic can, is good for the engine works. As we can understand, this is basically the engine works, it's not some body shop mechanics job, right? Not even the electrical. So we need someone who has a good expertise with the engine repair jobs. So once we finalize on all these things, so we will sort out that who gonna do these duties, and then we gonna arrange the con call with CC, that is customer care, the customer and the technician, right? So this con call is very important, where there will be a live mode where the customer will answer the questions to, you have to questions to the customer to understand the job clearly, because if you do not understand the job, so you cannot take the or assist your technicians at what all you need to take in order to inspect that particular car on the spot, right? So you make sure you ask all the queries so that you can reach to a robust decision as much as we can, right? And so as I said, like, it is all this con call is all about understanding the symptoms of the duties, like what all exactly is happening with the car, so that we can primarily make some outline of what we need to do before once we reach at the locations. So once this confirmation is done, and then only you go ahead and pass on the duties in the customers I mean in the mechanics app. The customer care will also help in assigning these duties as per the confirmation received from you, right? Make sure there is a note, do not pass the customer phone number until unless there is a the confirmation received from the mechanic, right? So once this is done, then on the next step you get the basic details you already received. So now once this job is being assigned in the app, so you need to check your app that at what time the technician is gonna reach that particular destination, whether to pick the car or whether to do that particular job over the on spot in the doorstep itself, right? So that you need to also make sure, if you're getting a delayed, you have to confirm with the technicians whether they have reached the locations, because make sure we are into an industry where the emergency services needs to be given. So in those cases we are very much time bounded, and we have to make sure that we reach on the time, and that's the USP of Ragilly. right? So these are some things that we reach on the time, and we reach there with proper tools, with proper dress. So these are the steps we need to understand. So once we reach at the spot, so we make sure that there is a proper communication between the customer and also the technicians. The technician can take a help of the app. From the app they can check the location, and also he will be guided through the app, like where to reach. The field sense app will also tell them when the duty will happen and what are the other details like phone number and existing. Those will also be available over there, right? So once they reach into the location, so all they need to do is they need to check in the field sense app. So the field sense app training will be given on the other videos where it will be clearly explain how to use that particular app. But for the area manager part, this app will help you in monitoring the technicians under you, that where they are based, where they are now located, and you can check their live data, right? So once they reach there, so what they need to do is they need to check in the field sense app, and once they check in, you will get a confirmation over the app that this mechanics has reached that particular location. Okay, so once the mechanic has reached the particular location, you make sure that your technicians perform all the basic checks before they take the control of the car. So basic checks, which involves like checking through all around the car whether any damages, whatever the damages are there, and also get inside the car, check the fuel levels, check what all the accessories are there. After taking a basic checkup, you need to ask that the technician need to take some pictures and fill up the vehicle inspection form, which is available in Ragilly.com website, right, under the vehicle inspection section. So once we open, so we can go to this, right, and once we open this vehicle inspection section, so we will see there's a form. In that form we will be filling up all the details, like all the car details and everything, and we gonna upload certain pictures. So the first picture, it's like with customer standing with his car of the front face of the car. So we'll take a picture with customer standing in the front face. Okay, and then another picture which needs to be taken where the technician is standing with the back side of the car. Make sure that the number plate is visible, right? Then there is one picture with the engine on and the speedometer of the car. That picture also we need to take in. Make sure it should be within ignition on mode, right? And certain side pictures. These are pretty much important because without the vehicle inspection we cannot pick up the car from customer's location, and also without that the payment will get delayed. In case if there is any technical glitches that we are not able to access the online forms, we can take the pictures in our phone, and on the later words we can fill up the form, right? Once the vehicle inspection is done, the area manager had to make sure that they send the confirmation email in case the vehicle is being picked up from the location. If it's not, then we have to give them the order, instruction to the technician to start with the work. Make sure that we monitor the work, and after monitoring the work, we have to understand that after monitoring the work, we have to check with the technician that if there are any additional parts or any accessories or anything required, because we need to update that in the quotation, whatever is required in order to complete the job. So this comes to the next part where there will be we have to negotiate with the technician. We have to make sure whatever the parts they're saying, we have to check our previous data, and we have to analyze that whether that part is really required for that particular job. So you need to cross check every time that, because that's the Ragilly it is, that we endeavor to provide our customers the best services in a transparent way. So we just cannot add up the parts which are not required. So we have to analyze that, yes, for this particular job we really need these parts. And once we have the part list, if it is required in the job, we can understand, we have to collect the the quotation of the mechanic. That mechanic gonna quote us that how much he gonna charge to do this job particularly. So once this thing is done, right, we have to again analyze all the charges are as per the standard. What is the standard? We have historic data, we have an expert team who analyze these charges, who analyze this part cost. Also in terms of part cost, make sure the technicians don't charge above the MRPs, right? If these things happens, these falls under the quality control measures. So in those cases Ragilly can take actions against. After these charges comes, once you satisfied with all the charges and finalize the negotiation, you can send the quotation across to the billing department. The billing department will process it and send you the estimates. An estimate copy will reach to you, and also the estimate copy can go straight away to the customer. The customer care team will again get back to the customer to take the approval over the estimate, and we need to wait until and unless that we receive the approval from the customer about this estimate. So the estimate is being approved, so we have to start the work. So technician has been advised again that on the receival of the payment, the technician has to start the work. In case the technician wants the payment of the parts before they start doing the job, so the technician needs to submit the GST bill, or the technician has to go to the shop from where they want to buy the parts, and Ragilly will straight up pay to that shop for the parts with return against the GST bill arise. So in this case, in that way, the technicians do not need to spend money even in buying the parts for the particular job. So you will get prepaid anyway, but the Ragilly needs the GST bill. After that, we have to make sure once the parts has came, while we remove the old parts, we have to take pictures, because those pictures again need to be sent to the customer care team, so that the customer care team can send it across to the customers to make sure the customer is happy with the proceedings of the job. These all things are required because at the end of this job we have to collect a 5-star feedback. These feedbacks are very much important because these comes live mode, and these feedbacks are basically given by the customers after they receive the car. These feedbacks are under a 5-star ratings, so and it matters with the performance even. So if a technician has a 5-star rating, so their payouts will be more, and there are more chances of incentives, and which is same for the area managers also. If their technicians are doing well, the incentives will also play a role in the area manager's earning. So once the pictures has been sent across, now the car is ready, the vehicle is ready, so we have to send the confirmation to the customer care team that vehicle is ready. So the customer care team will go for the further payment process, and once the balance payment is done, you have to collect the delivery challan from the customer care receipt. So the customer care will send the delivery challan, and with that delivery challan the car needs to be delivered to the customer. We need to make sure that while delivering the car, we again do the proper checks and ask the customer to test drive. Once the test drive is happened, so we can the technician can directly ask the customer to give the feedback in front of him. In case it is a cash payment or something, we have to take the prior approval from the customer care team for the collection of cash. Make sure we cannot collect cash, so please avoid cash payments and all. Thanks for this session, and if you have more questions on this, you can refer back to our these slides, and also you can send your queries to your operations manager.